Mozart, Beethoven, all of these people wrote violin sonatas with a piano accompaniment, which was so beautiful and difficult. A sonata is a composition written for one solo instrument. If it's a violin or a viola or a cello or something that sounds a little empty without anything else, it has a piano accompaniment as support. What are you going to play?
Sousaphone song.
Sousaphone song. Okay. Much the same as everybody else teaches, but I introduced the keyboard and the piano. I write music for my beginners. I don't depend on books that I buy. And I take them on printed books only after 3 months, by which time they can read and they understand a minimum amount of the keyboard. That was not bad, but between the first section and the second, there's too long a pause. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I got you.
Point it?
Here.
Yeah, that's right. Good.
To me, this piece is a kind of exploration through sound, a kind of search for tone in a completely different way than you'd hear in any other composer, any other era of music. And that's why I love this piece so much, because of its unconventional take on the very roots and nature of what music is and what music should be like.
This particular piece that Arani played is something I've never taught anyone else, because I felt that Arani, it would be suited to him. He would understand it. He usually approaches everything from an academic point of view, and that's very interesting and clever. Magic. Let's take it from the In the second place, I don't subscribe to the idea of examinations, because unless you want your child to be an examination student rather than a musician. There was a Chopin on the syllabus, and I couldn't understand why there was something so mature and something that needed so much mature interpretation. It was not a very complicated waltz, but in interpretation it was complicated. And I realized that this 16-year-old boy had not had enough life experiences to express that. When you play music, so much depends on attention to detail, on sensitivity, on commitment. And children who learn music also are more focused. I was born with a dislocated right arm, so my right side was quite useless. I could not use my fingers, and when I was 6, they decided to give me some electric shock treatment and therapy, which included pulling weights and activating my right hand. And the doctor said I used to play the piano with my left hand from the time I was 4. But and I used to despair because everyone played the piano at home and everyone could use the right arm, but I could not. I couldn't do anything, but my left was pretty good. So the doctor said, why don't you teach her to play the piano? And my mother took it very seriously, and she had to, force me to think into my finger. She'd say, concentrate on that finger. I will give you a chocolate. I will give you marshmallows. I was very fond of marshmallows. And then if I moved the finger, it took a long time. It took about 6 months to move with the electric treatment, which activated the nerves. And within 2 years, I was using my fingers, and I began to play the piano very well. I accompanied my mother, and that was wonderful. You like to play the sati for a change?
Yes.
Good. You have proved yourself. Everyone knows that you can play well. I think food and music go well together.
Yeah.
And as she said, any art form and food goes well together.
We've always gone juniors first, I think so.
I think random would be better.
Random it should be more
Yeah.
interesting, yeah.
People ask me, it takes so long to teach them. How is it you keep their interests going? You keep their interest going because you talk about music, you discuss music, you play to them, and they like. They're not made to do examination and learn boring things. So, and then they have concerts. So I don't have examinations, but I have frequent house concerts, and I invite parents and I invite people from outside to come and listen to them. And then everyone mingles and has a lot of food to eat, and they enjoy it. I don't play much anymore, but I like Scala tea. Today, as I get older, I prefer older music. I love Scala tea.